What's up, Bowl fam?
Hey, what's up?
Oh,
What up,
my
man?
goodness. Man,
We are all together once again.
yeah, that's
We are
right. That's
here
right.
once
And the
I'll
chat room's
tell
already
you.
getting spicy, guys. It's exciting. It's
I
exciting.
know. It's great.
Hey.
It's great. But
Where's
I was back from vacation. It was like a game of planes, trains, and automobiles finding a way to get back here from those Dallas situation
Yeah.
that happened out there with that weather. It threw off my trip back to Arizona. It was wild, but
Nice.
really good. Good to be back.
Yep, good to be back. And then Kyle was sick. Good job, Kyle.
Still kind of am. I'm a little under the weather still.
Sick in the head, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's right.
but look, guys, football. And by the way, shout out to the Chargers social media, dude. These guys are amazing. You know what I mean? Look at this. Always the best, always funny. And yeah, I mean, we got a lot to discuss, guys. So
let's get it.
Let's get into it.
I'm Dale Henley. You watching the Boat Bros podcast? Let's do it!
It's always good, dude. Always good.
Yep.
And okay, here we go. So, here we go. Aether, are you ready for me, brother? I'm giving you your flowers today and today only. Okay, let's hear it, buddy.
Hey.
Let's hear it.
We flowers in a box. Bolt bro down. Bolt bro down.
Where did he go? Where did James go?
No.
Oh, we lost him completely.
We lost all.
Yeah, that was all.
What the heck
of
just
us.
happened there?
Fantastic.
Lovely, guys. We're already having technical issues. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So at least he didn't kick us out of the stream.
Yeah, exactly.
What the heck is going on here?
Man.
What's up, Miguel? How we doing, guys?
What up, Miguel?
Yeah, so throw your thoughts out, Aether. I mean, I'm always right, Aether. We know this. I mean, come on. Was there any doubt? Buddy? Come on now.
That's what I tell him all the time, and he's like, "Nope, strike three, you're out. Nobody's listening to you anymore." Come on, bro. Come on, man.
But we got to talk a lot about the OTAs, bruh. I think there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be available June 1st. So here, hey, anytime now, it's going to be available. People are going to get cut.
That's
right. It's going to be interesting. So, yeah, lots to discuss.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot to take in too. And then obviously one thing we signed this week, Alex Leatherwood, it was kind of an unpopular, pick, but at the same side, look, man, this is like a no risk, potential high reward kind of situation with this guy.
True.
Yeah.
Like you're putting a guy that has actually played fairly in the NFL in multiple positions, right tackle and right guard, I believe it was.
Yep.
And you're getting a guy that has some experience. It's just about bringing competitors in. Once again, what does Harbaugh say? Competitors welcome, right?
Yep.
So
I like that. I like that. Hey, but you're right. Well, predicted Dan Wilkins had a little bit of sugar in his tank. Pretty funny, dude. Oh, y'all are hilarious, man. I love it. Yeah, but the one thing I'll say about Alex Leatherwood too, man, that guy was, the guy was a 17th pick. A lot of people thought he was a stretch. Yep. But dude, we're probably going to run 9 offensive linemen on this team. It's going to be we're going to go a lot of butt and gut on this team, folks. So, and that dude is a behemoth. A behemoth.
Fun fact, actually, Corbin from Rivers Lake Yacht Club, he actually wants me to do a challenge of creating a team of all linemen versus a team of all quarterbacks. Let's see that simulation to see what happens there. Because because Harbaugh like saying how linemen are obviously like the one of the most tip of the spear, like that. So
yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Well, and the thing about it is with the Alex Leatherwood, you got another tackle again on the line. Like,
right. Yeah.
He just loves these tackles, dude. He'll put tackles up and down that line, and essentially he's got that now. Like,
yeah, he definitely does.
It's crazy. Outside of Zion Johnson, I think that's the only guy that has not played tackle, or at least that I've seen. So it's crazy.
So here's Aether. Okay, so Andrew, last season you said it takes 3 or 4 games for a team's identity to be found. I'm sorry, I was wrong. You're correct. I spoke to Charge and Leash. I will explain. My baby. No, and look, you're exactly right though. But it does. I mean, teams take time to gel. Yep. I'll give you a good example. If you'd watched the new Greg Roman, mic'd up. He specifically talking to Herbert saying, "Hey, we just got to install our offense.
Yep.
Decide what we are going to do well, and then we're going to go and install the offense." So they're still deciding what they want to be identity-wise with the players that they have. So it's just because you say this is what we want to be doesn't mean that's what we're going to be, right? They're going to decide what they have and build an offense around it.
I think in that same mic'd up interview, he was talking with Hayden Hurst, and he was kind of talking about and reminiscing about these Raven days and kind of what they're bringing in. And he kind of was like, I see what's going on here. And I mean, I know it's a little bit of an overload right now at this point, but at the same side, they're saying, hey, this ain't going to be how it is game time. Like game time is going to be a little different, a lot more simplified. You know what you are at that point, like
100%
what works. So it's going to take a little time, and they're in school right now. They're in school right this second, like figuring out how the right things, right mix and matches of players here and there and everything, and they're just trying to find the right fits. That's all it is. Yeah,
and again, I think it takes time for a team to gel. Period. And
100%.
This team's still gonna have to figure out its identity. But this is a good point, right? You look at this.
Yep.
Wide receiver room. Yeah. Ain't nobody's got any. They're saying we got the worst wide receiver room in the league at this moment.
Yeah, basically.
So, a lot to be said about that. What do you guys think?
But
how accurate is this?
It's weird to look at it and you think the Panthers, and you look at the Panthers and you think, okay, Adam Thielen's over there, right?
Yep.
Like, I don't even know who else is over there. That's what my mind. I'm thinking I don't know who else is there. I know that they ended up getting Xavier Legette over there. Mm-hmm. All right, like who else is over there, dude? Like that team is a mess. Like, I'm actually just rolling right now. I really can't think player over there other than those two. All right, Deontay Johnson. Okay, he's a good possession guy. Good possession guy. And Xavier Legette, and then Jonathan Mingo. I mean, but how are you putting them at a mid-range where it's depth and also talent? Like, I think that's a little crazy. Yes, Chargers have a lot of youth on their wide receiver side of things, but dude, you know why our wide receivers are going to work, right? You know why they're going to work, right?
Yeah, Herbert, dude. The golden kid, dude. The golden kid.
Golden boy over here, man.
Oh yeah, dude. It's gonna be sick, dude. It's gonna be sick. By the way, Lockdown. Hey, when me and Kay Adams get married, you guys are all invited to the bachelor party. I tell you what. He takes the wrinkles out of the old robes. I'll tell you what. Oh, ow, mama pajama. Brennan and Ladd are gonna do good in OTA. They're killing it, by the way. They're all looking good in OTAs. Good to see you, Daniel.
Dude, this system is going to be fitting so well for these wide receivers. Guaranteed. Herbert's going to get the ball out quite a bit. We've been talking about over and unders potentially with this team. We might do an episode down the road just talking about some over and unders. And hey, man, I think Herbert's going to get his slice of the cake, dude. Guaranteed, man. He's gonna make sure that these wide receivers are going to be eaten. Guaranteed.
Oh, here we go. So we got Aether saying $400 coming our way. Woo-wee. Hey, one thing I will say about this
money there.
Yeah, I like that. That's interest. That's interest, baby. So the one thing I will say about Herbert though too is nobody on the field is wearing a gold jersey. He's the only one.
He's the
not
guy.
Even the other quarterbacks. And I think that's sending a message to the team that this is the guy. He's our leader. Focus on him. And but he doesn't like to be in the limelight. So I'm interesting. It's interesting to see how he's going to handle it moving forward.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, I don't know. It's interesting talking about and going back to that Greg Roman thing and talking about his cadences and how many offensive coordinators this guy has gone through. And he's just going to be slow and steady. He's going to be that silent killer. I mean, who was it? Travis Dye, or was it Travis Dye? Dye was the guy, the linebacker that we got.
Yeah, Travis Dye.
Is that his name?
Yep.
But he was talking about Herbert when he was at Oregon. Like he was like a dude that he was a silent guy, but when he talks, he's a guy that basically everybody listens to, and it's still to this day. He doesn't say a lot, but guess what? People listen to what he says, and he's just a dude that'll go out there. He's more of a guy of like action speaks louder than words kind of guy.
Yeah,
agreed.
And I'm all good with that. Let's have an even keel guy. I mean, last year was the first time I think I saw Herbert kind of getting frustrated, and I think that was during the Green Bay game.
Yeah, Green Bay game, yeah.
He got all frustrated late in that game, and he just, I think, Troy Dye. Yeah, I know it started with a T. I was like thinking, what the heck? Yeah. But hey, Herbert's gonna eat, guys. Herbert is going to eat.
Yep.
The thing is, and again, the tight ends are going to be a big part of this offense as well, right? I don't think we're going to throw the ball to the running backs as much as we have in the past. Oh, and this is Herbert. He's a golden kid, the golden child. Hey, I'll tell you what. The Boat Bros were raised on this movie. If anybody in the chat watched this movie, we were raised on this movie, dude. The Golden Kid. Oh my goodness, the Golden Child with Eddie Murphy.
So good.
Oh my gosh.
I want the knife.
Oh,
please.
That's it right there. Eddie Murphy is the man, dude. Like, I'm telling you, man, I love Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh,
classic movie.
God, dude. Oh my God.
Classic movie.
Love Eddie Murphy. Herbert to Bomber for 53-yard touchdown versus the Raiders first quarter. Ooh, 21-0. Let's go.
No
hey,
doubt.
I'm down, dude.
No doubt.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
So
OTAs you're thinking about the defensive back room here, huh, James?
Yeah, I mean, this is a big group. I mean, that we need to really make sure that they have some stability there. And I think there's some room that we can kind of work with a little bit. Yep. I mean, obviously, we ended up getting Alex Leatherwood recently. A guy that, is filling some gaps, potentially filling some depth. But it's going to be big about this group. This is a big, big focus for this group. You got a lot of guys out there. Samuel, Asante's been playing well from what I'm hearing in camp, which is lovely to be able to hear.
Yeah, that's great.
You want him to be out there doing his thing. You hear about Jasir Taylor being out there too in the slot, and Lad McConkey finding ways to get open in practice and everything. Now, once again, I love that we're seeing full uniform type thing, no shoulder pads or anything like that. But I think it kind of just sets kind of a tone a little bit with this team. You come here for business. You don't come here to listen to music while you're practicing, kind of thing. Right. You're here for business, kind of thing. And I love seeing.
Well, I was gonna say this though too about the music thing. It's like all these players, like, they have different tastes in music, anyways.
Yeah.
And it's always like such an argument, I'm sure, about who gets the aux, today and stuff like that, because I know remember they were talking about how Brendan Fajoko listens to some weird music and stuff like that, so and so they're like, yeah, man, just no music, forget it,
Well, they do play music though in the fourth quarter, so they practice for 2 hours.
Got it.
And then they basically do like this fourth quarter type thing.
Yeah,
where they come out and they do sort of like a fourth quarter drill. Like, okay, we got to drive the ball and win the game. And so the defense has to stop the offense. Offense has to beat the defense. And so that's when the music comes out, and they're trying to invigorate them for the fourth quarter. Hey guys, we want you to focus on the fourth quarter. Focus on the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Close it out.
Yeah. And throw your question out, Aether, for sure.
Yeah, and even with Fulton being on this cornerback team too, I mean, it sounds like he's been pretty steady too all around. He sounds like he's been really, really focused and everything. I mean, this cornerback room could be a really good one. Now, once again, the edge for our line has been a heavy investment all around for us, and that's what's going to make these guys better too. When you get 100%. To the quarterback and make the quarterback make mistakes, these guys get all better, and their job becomes a lot easier all around. So. But it is kind of interesting because I think that there is some potential growth that we could add, or other players that we could add down the road too, which we'll chat a little bit about some post June 1st type cuts. So
yeah, and we're definitely going to be running big butt and gut, dude. So the whole Alex Leatherwood situation is a perfect example, right? You bring him in, you lose nothing by bringing him in, right? Let him work out, see what happens. And they're going to try and find the best 53 players that they can have on the roster. They don't care who they are. They want more defensive backs, more whatever, right? But offensive linemen, man, there's going to be even more offensive linemen available. They might bring them in later on in camp and work them in and make the roster spot. Who knows, right? So it's going to be good. What's up, Brad?
YDCFF's comment talking about 6 and 7 O-line and time instead of inline tight ends, blocking tight ends. Dude, I mean, that's called a jumbo. essentially.
Yep.
He's going to be able to put an extra O lineman out there and make sure you just, hey, try to beat us with all this button gut on the O line too. Like, boom, exactly.
It kind of scared me. I was, oh, geez, what was going on?
But I mean, that's overloading him. And I love that. I love that idea. Let's go out there and just punch people in the mouth, dude. I mean,
that's right.
How tough would it be to be able to have some 300+ pound dudes, 6 dudes on the line that are just going to be able to just punch people in the mouth? Like, I kind of almost feel like in a weird way that the season's going to start with Trey Pipkins at the right tackle, and then you're going to end up having, oh my gosh, who's our 5th pick now? I can't even. Joe Alt. Joe Alt will kind of be a rotational piece for a little bit, just to kind of get his feet wet over time and eventually be the right tackle at some point as a starter.
Yeah,
I think that's totally possible, in my opinion. We'll see where it lands. I mean, once again, in camp, they're trying to do a lot of different combinations of players up and down the line. And even in the linebacker room right now, you had Troy Dye even going with the ones too. So
yeah,
a lot right now they're moving around.
Yeah, right now Pipkins is right guard, and then you have Joe Alt that's already in the first team.
Yep.
But again, there's no pads, they're not hitting or anything like that. So, but yeah, we'll see. I still think Joe Alt's going to be our guy at right tackle for sure.
I want to say that there was part of the video, one of the videos of the week 1, week 2 OTAs. I swear I saw Pipkins at left guard too. So
yeah, he was at the beginning of OTAs. Around. Yeah. But this week he's been at right guard for the most part.
Yep. One thing I'm interested though is like where Jordan McFadden might be falling in this whole situation too. Like,
yeah.
I mean, there was kind of rumors that he could be a potential center kind of guy. I mean, that guy's a big dude, and I loved the way he played last year, late in the season. Seems like he fits pretty well for the Harbaugh side of things, and actually, I think Harbaugh's even talked a little bit about him. So, bro, I thought that was a sound effect.
Yeah,
I was like, what the sneeze is going on here?
Oh, sorry.
So, good question by LOD. What up, Bo Bros? You guys know what happened to Wilson early? In OTAs, no idea. They have not said what's going on with him at OTAs. So
sadly, they don't really have to say anything at this point because it's not the season. And he was working a little bit off the sidelines though too this week. So he's out there still. So I wouldn't imagine anything's too crazy, but we'll see.
7th round wide receiver, Brennan Rice, apparently has looked pretty good, and
Cornelius Johnson.
Yeah, Cornelius has looked okay. I guess he's dropped a few balls this week.
Right.
So, read however you want on that, right? I think he's, we'll see how that goes. But
we got a really good question for Mighty here. Actually, I don't know if you guys missed it.
Okay.
Here, yeah. There you go. Y'all think Vidal is moving up in the coach's eyes due to Gus and JK not being at the OTAs? Competitors welcome. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if he's getting a lot of looks, see about if he's a system fit at this point. So I think it's kind of awesome to be able to see him out there more.
Yeah. Well, they're definitely also it was strange to me that both of those running backs were not there. Gus Edwards and J.K. Dobbins. It's like I don't understand why. But anyways, my point is I do think that there is look, he's turning heads. That guy's built like a tank. Apparently, he's got like the biggest freaking legs. He's like Matt Money Smith called him like a triangle, just like a triangle. Like he's hard to tackle a triangle running at you.
True.
Depth at right tackle.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said one thing about Colton is that he's just like the biggest dude out there, thickest calves you ever see, and thickest like lower body. The dude's built like a linebacker essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So again, but here's the thing though, guys. One thing to remember is it looks like we're going to be moving people in and out all the time. And I truly, we already let that one tackle go that we picked up as an undrafted free agent. And I think they're going to keep bringing people in, right? If people get let go, we'll bring some people in. They're going to try to field the best 53-man roster, period. And he's never going to stop trying to bring people in all season. Yep. So y'all know it happens every week during the NFL season. So people get cut, moving in and out of the
Injured.
practice squad. If they're available, you can go grab them. So, so there's always going to be situations where, it's going to go. Yeah. And Brendan Rice has looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm. And I was trying to remember. Oh, it's Calais Campbell. One, I think somebody talked a little bit about Joey Lewis was chatting about if there's any news about getting more depth at defensive tackle. And there's been a lot of talks. I mean, there's been some conversations at least of Calais Campbell potentially finding his way here. Now, who knows what he's going to ask for, but I think it wouldn't be a bad thing to be able to get another defensive tackle on the squad.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Hurst is looking amazing. We're going to talk about him as well. He's looking very good.
But it's great to be able to see Joey Bosa at practice. Like, man, it was like that meme that you sent over where it's like the four-headed dragon, basically. And, you got Bosa, Mac, Tooley.
Yeah.
Bud. And Bud. And, look, man, if those four guys could all be healthy, I mean, it's going to be
forget about it.
Forget
about it.
Last year, perfect example. Tooley, Mac, Bosa, they had a 25% sack rate completion. Like, that is insane. If you could find a way to put all four of those guys, let's go. We powering up, baby.
I like it, dude. I like it.
On the rise.
I don't know what that was,
but I like that one too. That's a good one.
Yeah. But you get all four of those guys involved, man. It's going to be very, very fun to watch, man. And that's, once again, this is the room that really is going to make the cornerback room better. Like everybody in the back end of the defense is better. You win and lose at the line, guys. Bottom line. And you could create pressure. You could create mistakes. You could create turnovers. Let's go.
Yeah. So this is a question for Aether, for you, James.
James, my baby. 2 weeks ago, you said you by Herbert will win the Super Bowl MVP season. In 2006. Please extend your answer to the fans. So, the whole thing, if you say Herbert now, a couple of years in, as a starter, he could probably win the Super Bowl in 2006. Now, the big thing about it is, and LaDainian Tomlinson talked about it, if we had Drew Brees during the 2006 season, we probably would have won a Super Bowl. But it was Phillip Rivers' essential first year of being a starter. And I remember that season being just heavy run, which once again, LaDainian Tomlinson won the MVP that year.
He asked us this question last week. So is he saying that if Herbert was quarterback when LT was running back, that we would have won the Super Bowl? Is that what
he's saying? I think that's what he's saying.
I thought he.
I mean, young Phillip Rivers was a dog.
Dude, he had gas. He had as much as anybody you could ever ask for, right? And by the way, we had the number one offense and the number one defense that season, and we still sucked. We didn't make it happen. So
the problem was too is the problem was never the quarterback. The problem was our defense made a horrible mental mistake.
That's all it was. That's the curse of the Chargers, pretty much, and that's the thing. They got to stop that. You've got to find a way. Once again, I've been saying, sage the dang building, sage the dang players, get this bad voodoo off of them, dude. Like, come on, man. Hey, it worked for Phil Jackson.
Come on, man.
Hey, it worked for Phil Jackson. Let's make it happen, guys. Come on.
Oh, is that
triangle, bitch? Right? Yeah.
That's what he used to do all the time with the players. He would.
That's right. He did do that. Yeah.
So,
let's go. We need to get Pops. So Pops from Thunder Alley needs to show up there and go into the Thunder, into the locker room and bless them because he's actually a shaman, and so
he is.
Yeah, and so before the Thunder Alley happens every single time, he does do the sage through Thunder Alley.
Let's go.
He needs to do that every game.
Throw one in the locker room, dude. Like, just go. Yeah. Whoa, the fire. Bro.
No, it's just sage, baby. We'll get rid of the bad voodoo juju. No big deal.
Oh man, dude.
There we go. That's right. It's the golden kid. That's the golden kid right there.
I want the knife.
Guys, if you have not seen that movie, it's incredible, dude. It is like the best movie ever. You got to see that movie. But this is a good comment here by Eddie, dude. General Manager Joe Ortiz deserves an A for getting the bolts out of. We currently have $26 million right now in cash. Now, I don't know if that's fully accurate yet, but
I think it'll probably be about $10 to $12 million less, but still, you're at a point where you could still make moves and I'm a big fan of making sure you have at least 10 to 12-ish million going into the season.
Yep.
So if you need to pick up a guy during the season, which I anticipate Joe Ortiz to do that if we're at that trade deadline area, he's going to go after some dog that he needs to be able to fill some gaps. So Ken and Mary, what up?
What up, Ken? Hey,
what up, man?
So good seeing you. Hey, Ken, you can also see us on YouTube as well, too, Ken, just so you know. A little more lively chat on the YouTube side.
A little more interactive there. But just by the way, though, since Ken's in the chat right now, I want to let everyone know, like, he's got a really good event coming up again, too. It's like
oh, he does. He good.
Yeah, another one just like the last one with a whole bunch of players that that he's got cooking in the back. So it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be real good.
Yep, we'll announce it once it's all official.
Yep,
that'll be awesome.
Also, we're working on getting an episode with Wes Chandler. So I have a friend of a friend that can get a episode with Wes Chandler as well too.
Oh shoot, that'd be what's up, dude. Hell
yeah.
So it's funny. I've been reading a book about the Chargers owner during that time, Gene Klein, and just understanding what he did for the NFL and what was going on with the NFL, and obviously that was during Wes Chandler's era. So it's a really interesting book. It's one of those books you love to be able to learn a little bit more about the inner workings of the NFL and how it got to the point and who did what and how bad Al Davis was as a owner, for the Raiders, and how he shook everybody's will to not punch that dude in the face. So it's kind of wild. It's a wild book.
So I'll say this: Hayden Hurst and Kyle, they got their beard game strong, dude. I'll tell you what.
Right.
Hey, Kyle, you should dye your beard straight red, dude, for week 1, Hayden Hurst week, baby.
Maybe I should make it red for actually no, I was thinking about getting a stencil with and then spraying like like a bolt right on my beard or something like that. Yeah.
Hey, maybe I should draw in a beard on mine since I don't have a beard. You guys.
We can make a pencil.
A pencil, yeah, like a pencil.
We'll get a Sharpie and just kind of like
a Sharpie.
Dude, I saw a guy that like tattooed a beard on his face, and it looked like a little kid took a marker to his face. I was like, that was
terrible,
absolutely awful. Bad choice, buddy. Bad choice.
Yeah, not good.
Horrible.
But in OTAs, I mean, people in the chat talked about it, man. Hayden Hurst has been balling out. I think he was 7 for 7.
Yep.
I mean, the thing about this guy, dude, like, man, he was a first-round pick. He was on the same draft in the same round as Mark Andrews with the Ravens. So the Ravens went 2 tight ends in one draft. Yeah. And he was ahead of Mark Andrews. The big thing, this guy's got plenty of talent, man. He's got plenty of talent. I love that Joe Ortiz is bringing in guys to be like, hey, man, 1 year, prove it. And can you be healthy? Can you ball out for us? Will you be a system fit? I mean, Hayden Hurst could be an absolute dog for us this year.
Yeah, no joke.
So,
and the tight end's going to be featured, man. I think Dissly will do well too, I mean, there's even guys in the UFL, folks. Like, let's not sleep on some of those people that are going to be, done with the UFL that could get scooped up by NFL teams. So, my predictions, we'll try and get 1 or 2 players over there. So, I mean, we've got Parham. We had what was that guy?
Stone Smart.
No, Stone Smart. Yeah, Stone Smart. But who's the other guy? No. Who's the guy on the right tackle? The guy that we let go. The guy with the ponytail, the ginger ponytail guy.
Oh,
what was his name?
Storm Norton.
Storm Norton. That's right. Yeah, he was an XFL guy, dude. Yeah. So I'm just saying, the path to the NFL is always different. So, anyhow,
all matters, man. Yeah, it's exciting, man. But I think we got some really good tight end situations here. Will Dissly is one of those guys I want to keep an eye on too, because I think he was underutilized quite a bit too. I know he's a good blocker and everything too, but I think he's going to be a little bit more utilized in the pass game this year. So I'm excited. But
dude, you
gotta love the gingers, dude. It's the Ginger Tower, I think, is what it's considered as, the 2 towers.
The Twin Towers, dude. The Ginger Towers. They ain't got souls, bro. They're day walkers. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
This dude, are they part of Game of Thrones or something, dude?
No, it's South Park. That's South Park, bro. That's South Park. Come on,
right. Whatever, bro.
Whatever, bro.
Yeah. Whatever.
No, but all joking aside, dude, this guy's gonna be a baller for us, dude. And remember, you got to also remember too, when they're out there in 12 and 13 personnel, dude, they're blocking the C gap, so you're gonna immediately take away the edge rusher for our opposing team. That's incredible.
You know, like I mean, the Dodgers for a long time had that whole. Was it the Giants? I'm not too sure on baseball. Like, I don't really follow it very well, but they had that whole fear to beard type of situation. You know, so so we got Hayden Hurst with that beard power. You know,
that beard power.
Yeah.
Feel the beard, dude. Feel the beard.
Yeah. But hey, we can't sleep on Will Dissly though, man, because Dissly's
for real.
Yeah, he's really good too. Everyone talks about Hurst right now, but Dissly is amazing. He's really good.
Yeah, well, the thing about Dissly is that he's kind of a guy where, where'd your camera go, bro?
Yeah, your camera's all messed up there, Kyle. You look like you.
What happened?
I don't know. Down, dude.
On the ground.
That's my other camera.
Hey, we can see your underwears right now. That's cool. All right, there we go. We're good.
Cool. Well, I mean, the thing is, though, man, like with the tight end.
That's my other camera.
Yeah, that's so weird, dude. I was like, what the heck is happening there?
By the way, who tucks in a hoodie into your pants, right? You don't do that. You don't do that, Harbaugh. Come on, buddy.
Harbaugh, dude.
Come on now.
Hey, I'm letting him do whatever he wants, dude. Let him do whatever he wants. I'm just hyped that he's here.
Hey, that's a fashion faux pas. That's the right word, right? That's a faux pas. No,
it's a light jacket, man. It ain't like a it ain't fleece or something like that. It's just like more of a shirt than it is a jacket.
Dude, that fleece is out, dude. Fleece is out.
Yeah, fleece is way out. No,
it's out. But the one thing
I think vests are out. Anyone wearing a vest is definitely
whatever. My company just sent me a vest, dude. It's cool.
Vest?
Yeah, it's a vest.
I hate vests.
Oh.
We became fashion hour, Bolt Bros fashion hour. All of us.
Yeah, we critiquing his drip, dude. His drip.
That's a drip check right now.
Hey, man. I think he's looking fly, man. This is Harbaugh flyness right now. That's all.
This is it. All right.
Yeah.
You just don't want pleated, khakis. That's a bad idea. No pleats. No pleats.
He's wearing corduroys as well. Yeah, you can hear him running around.
Dude, I love me some corduroys. All right, Calais Campbell. Yeah, I like that idea too.
Calais Campbell, yeah. That would be a good, interesting one. I mean, it seems like that's one that people have chatted about a bit too. So, and we talked a little bit about it earlier on in the show too. But we'll see. Dr. Drip, dude.
Dr. Drip, dude. I like that, dude. Yo, but you got to just say something about this guy. He's out there working with the team, dude. He's doing the sled drill. Look, I will say this: the culture. Matt Money Smith made a really good point. He said, "Look, he treats everyone on the team the same.
Yep.
The secretary, the assistants, every player on the team, every coach on the team. He treats everybody the same way. Whereas Brandon Staley, he had his boys, right? And that splits a locker room up really bad. By the way, if we have time, I could look up his last comment about him reflecting on his time as a Charger as we let him go. His response was complete nonsense and made no sense. I was like, I don't even know what the hell he just said, dude.
Who? Wait, who?
Brandon Staley.
Oh. Yeah. He said, it was like
he said absolutely nothing.
Very classic non-answer gibberish. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gobbledygook.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he sells snake oil, dude. Like, he's kind of that dude. Like he's good with his words. He's a wizard of words.
There you go. No whammies. You suck.
He's gonna go into the history books as one of the worst head coaches for the Chargers ever. I believe.
I don't know if that's gonna be that level, but you at least got us to the playoffs in 3 years. So
hey, there you go. Ken found us now on YouTube now.
Yeah, nice. Good.
Let's go.
Yeah, Let's and go. Ken. Yeah, Ken is Boltman. So.
Yeah,
Bolt Bros.
He's the Bolt. He's Bolt man, and leader of Charger Bolt family. Well, that's him and his wife. Yeah,
he and his wife.
One thing I was going to say about Jim Harbaugh and why I really have this slide up here, though, is that John Middlecoff in his podcast 3 and Out talked a little bit about basically the title is why Jim Harbaugh and Justin Herbert are going to succeed. I mean, one thing that it is that Jim Harbaugh gets the best out of his players. And this is his best quarterback he's ever had outside of Andrew Luck at Stanford.
Yep.
This is going to be a match made in heaven. Essentially, this is what we all wanted. This is all.
I don't think
all we
I don't
wanted.
think Andrew Luck was all that good, anyways. So
Whoa, bro, you
Whoa.
better check that tape, son.
What game was you watching, dude? Andrew Luck was solid, dude.
He was one of the best quarterbacks out there. Like
maybe in college he was good, but he wasn't that good in the pros.
Bro, you better check them numbers, dude, because that dude is a ball.
Hey, them numbers, bro.
Hey, he didn't play for the Chargers, so I don't give a flying F about him.
Oh, okay. All right, then. Okay, there we go. Little bias. Hey,
okay.
Speaking of which, though, this is a good point. LOD brings up a good point. You guys see the Chase interview with Staley fired Shane Day.
That one too. Yeah.
Yo, and it was such a weird thing. So clearly there was things going on behind the scenes. And by the way, Darius Davis was used all wrong last year too. I agree, like 100%. Speaking of which, we have not talked about special teams. I think that's going to be a huge change to this moving forward. I do not think there's a chance in hell Darius Davis goes anywhere because I think a new special teams rules, bro. He is a weapon now, weapon. I think it was Dye who talked about it. He said, "Yeah, I'm sitting there lined up, and all of a sudden Darius Davis is already gone behind me."
Yeah,
and I'm like, "Yo, that's nuts." So I'm just saying, we're going to see some electricity with that. Special teams.
Going back real quick about John Middlecoff's. Since we're going on a lot of tangent to different subjects here.
That's true. We kind of are.
Yeah, I was like, we
didn't take our Adderall today. That's okay, guys.
Boy, tape it down a little bit, dude.
No big deal. We're good. We're good. Let's keep going.
But basically what he was talking about is like, hey, look, what top 5 teams are really good? What was that, dude?
Rewind it. Yep.
Yeah, rewind it.
So he talked about the top 5 teams that are going to succeed this year. And he obviously went one with the Chiefs, obviously, because he said quarterback and head coach is the key. If you have a head coach and a great quarterback, you will succeed. So obviously he started with Andy Reid and Mahomes, but then he went to number 2 and said Harbaugh and Herbert. Bottom line, like these guys are going to succeed and they're going to get the best out of this team. All these players are going to play at top level. They're all going to be prepared. None of this like boys club situation that, Brandon Staley had. It's going to be really, really exciting. I mean, there's a good chance that we could go to a 12-5 type record and flip what we did last year from a 5-12 to a 12-5 this year. In my opinion.
I agree. That's and we're going to be playing smart football too.
Exactly. Let's go.
This is a good question here from Eddie, though. Bullbro said the director of the video yesterday saying the Bulls came close to trading for Vikings Justin Jefferson. I have not watched his video. Yep. Now, I'll say this because it goes into like everything we've been discussing, obviously with Aether and everybody else. But look, here's my thing. I think they want him, but there was not going to be any trade where we're going to trade away Justin Herbert for Justin Jefferson. That was not even a conversation.
Which I think
maybe
that was
trading picks. Or something like that, maybe.
That's probably what they wanted to do. So because they're like, oh yeah, we'll give you JJ if you give us Justin Herbert. They're probably like, oh, go pound sand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, why would you give up Herbert? No way.
And I heard it was the Vikings trying to jump up to 5.
Yes.
And there was some like trade of picks at that point.
Yep.
To be able to have Justin Jefferson involved, but it involved multiple like future picks from us to be able to make that trade happen. Now. Once again, I think there was kind of more Vikings don't understand what they're going to do with Justin Jefferson because they don't want to pay him what I am assuming he's probably wanting $40 million a season.
Oh yeah, he wants a ton. The
way that everybody's getting signed and like Jalen Waddle getting a fat contract. I mean, these wide receivers getting paid too, and so I think they just don't want to pay the guy. Like, no. I think they just want to move on from him or something. I don't know.
I would trade him off. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's a freak of nature. Yep. But when someone keeps asking for that amount of money, it's not about the team anymore, right? Yep. Look, what did I send you? The video of Worthy from the Chiefs dancing around with his money and his like watch and stuff with his girlfriend. I'm like, yo, dude.
Yeah. And there wasn't even a whole lot of money either, though. It was like
it was like $100, dude. It was like buffoonery, dude. I was like, what are you looking at?
Out of ones or whatever, too.
Like you going to the strip club or what, dude? Come on now.
Yeah, what is happening there? Yeah, it's kind of a joke, but I think that we do a great job of making sure we have players that like make sense to this team and not throw off the culture a little bit. I agree. I've loved that about the Chargers, and I feel like they do a good job of making sure you get the right characters all around.
Well, it's like what Harbaugh says: "What's good for the bee is good for the hive." Right. So you don't want some asshole bee coming in here, screwing up the hive, right?
Exactly.
And again, so this is a good question about Brandon Mitchell. What do you guys think, Bolt Bros? And what do you guys think in this as well too? Isaiah Spiller or JT Woods? Oof. I'd say Spiller probably. I still have heard nothing about JT Woods, guys. I don't know what the deal is with that guy.
I'd say JT Woods. We definitely have a bigger need for safety positions right now, players right now.
Yep.
Than running back, I would say. I mean, we haven't seen anything from either one of these players realistically. Spiller's been redshirted, for most of the year or practice squad, and most of the year
essentially being drafted. Like, come on now.
What the hell, dude? Yeah.
We're gonna talk about these guys as well too, Eddie. So one thought I have on JT Woods, though, and I did do a video on this when I talked about undrafted free agents that I think could make the squad, is that I do think our guy Akeem Dent, undrafted free agent, could make the fourth safety position, and he could edge out JT Woods, right? So,
really,
because I think AJ Finley's a lock already. So, but that's kind of my take.
I agree. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see how that all pans out. I mean, obviously, once we start getting into training camp, start seeing the battles, everything like that, it's gonna start be fun to watch. It's really gonna be fun to watch in that position. So, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the June 1st cuts here, guys. So we're in that point right now. Now, this is all hypothetical at this point. We have no idea that any of this stuff is going to be happening, but we do know that I would assume Corey Linsley is going to probably announce his retirement at this point.
And probably going to happen Monday. Maybe it could happen Sunday. I don't know if
it could. It could.
I mean, we restructured his contract
today. I don't know.
Yeah, we restructured his contract specifically so we could have a little bit of free money. Basically, when he retires, or at least the post June 1st, it frees up, I think, like $1.2 million for the salary cap for us.
Sure.
So, I mean, he definitely did a solid for us and everything. But at this point, it's pretty much done for him. It sucks because he's such a good center and everything too.
Yeah.
But Corey Linsley, man, I'd love it if they found a way to put him just on the coaching staff in some level. Like,
maybe be an assistant
would be
to
amazing.
Homeboy. What is his name? I'm horrible. I got sick brain. I can't think of it.
You got talking about Hardwick?
Man, your brain always sick. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, Nick Hardwick. There we go.
I'm sick in the head. That's for sure.
Yeah. So it would be cool if they could add him. I mean, that would be great to be able to see him as a coach in some level, or a special assistant or something like that. Like, I mean, he's already here. Why not?
Yeah,
man, we got to cash me outside. How about that going in the chat right now, dude?
Aether had a question for me. It's getting ahead of ourselves, though. I wanted to get to it, I guess. So
okay, there we go. Let's hear it.
Here it is. Yeah. So Kyle, what is the key factor with the emoji for Coach Harbaugh to get his first win versus the Chiefs in Week 4? Offense or defense or play calling? Let me hear. You want ear emoji? You my baby. You my baby. Yeah. Well, I think the key to beat the Chiefs is always going to be the offense, and the way that it has to happen is going to be slow and low. You keep moving the chains
like a brisket.
Drag. Yeah, that's right.
Brisket.
Yeah. Exactly like a brisket, because you got to.
It does sound pretty good right now. I like that.
Dang, dude.
No doubt.
You got to move the chains a lot. You got to keep getting those first downs and just keep their defense on the field. Keep Patrick Mahomes off the field.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to go for like those big plays to get touchdowns fast.
Yeah.
But also, it's just sticking to their man. Like, and the defense is a very important factor too, but like that's just kind of my thoughts, is like the less time that Patrick Mahomes has on the field, the better off the team's going to be.
Yeah. Well, and the other side of that too is put him on the ground. Like, make sure you pressure Mahomes and make him very uncomfortable out there. Don't let him scramble around. That's why we got 4 really good edge players. I mean, I think Poona Ford could be a very, very strong candidate to be able to add to that D line and add a little more pressure to the middle. Like, I've always felt like we've always had really good edges, but we've never really had that middleman guy that could really add some pressure through the middle. It's almost like every quarterback could just assume, oh, well, you might have some really quality edges, but if he ain't going to get to me, I could go straight at the middle of your D line because there's nobody going to be able to put any pressure on me to keep me uncomfortable. Like
100%.
So, but pressure is big. I mean, that's exactly what Ken says in here. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Like, got to add pressure to him and keep him on the ground, man. Don't let him be comfortable.
Yeah, Scott said Herbert and McConkey going barbecue together. Speaking of barbecue, brisket.
Let's go.
Linebacker, safety, cornerback help, affordable deal. Yeah, so we're going to talk more about some of those people
right now.
So, yeah, we're going to talk about right now. So, and again, the one thing that I have been very impressed with is that Joe Ortiz is still going out and getting players, period. It's not okay, we're done. We got our team. We're moving on. Let's just work on our players. No, there's people available. You can go get them cheap. Why not? Like, again, Alex Leatherwood, all intents and purposes, the NFL have considered him a bust. And so you could sit back and say he sucks, but you could bring him in here for it's a workout. It's a job interview. That's what this is, right? We all go to job interviews. Does it work out? Does it not work out? That's what this is for him. Is he going to make it? Is he not? Or is he just, next stop might be the UFL for him if he doesn't, make it here, dude. I mean, that's the truth. So,
yeah, no, exactly. I mean, we'll see where it all pans out for him. But, speaking of cornerback and trying to get depth and everything here, we got James Bradbury with the Eagles.
Yeah, dude.
And he's kind of a candidate that could be that dude that finds a way to get cut. If you look at kind of where they're at, I mean, he had a big contract. I remember when he went over from the Giants, I was thinking, man, it would be awesome to be able to get this guy and add him to the team. But, you get a James Bradbury guy. I mean, he's currently getting paid. He had a restructuring to his contract, essentially, to where he basically is only $4.3 million towards the cap, but there's a $10 million dead cap involved in it. Mm-hmm. His first year under, I think it was Jonathan Gannon, who was the head coach for the Cardinals, played phenomenal. Second year, did not play well. So contract isn't adding up at this point. So if you do a post-June cut of him, it ends up becoming more of a situation where, where'd it go? Here we go. So it basically becomes a $0 like savings, but there's also the long-term savings that they're going to get with him. Yeah. So there's a chance that it could basically be a lower cap number they're going to be dealing with over years. They could walk away, just clean slate at this point and go. I mean, the Eagles did draft a couple guys. Cooper DeJean sounds like a mustard,
He is a mustard, dude.
I'm going to call him mustard from now on.
No,
excuse me. Do you have any Cooper DeJean?
Cooper DeJean.
You remember those commercials?
That's right. That's right. And then they also got Quinion Mitchell too. So I mean, they really loaded up on the cornerbacks through the draft and got two very good cornerbacks. So once again, those are one of the guys that you could kind of look at and say, hey, he's potentially going to be a guy that could get let go. Money ain't adding up. That's when you say, hey, look, you might see the door, buddy.
Yep.
I think so.
So I got another question here from Aether. Andrew, my baby is for you. Let's assume Pittsburgh's 0-2, their home opener. Ooh, it's gonna be tough. They're gonna be pissed. If they're 0-2 at that time. Early kickoff. What is the key factor for the Bolts to leave Pittsburgh with a win? Be physical. That's what they play. If we can out physical Pittsburgh, then I tell you, man, because we're gonna be a similar offense to Pittsburgh. Of course, they got Russell. Wilson over there.
Yeah.
That guy's just a doofus, dude. I mean, I don't even want to meet that guy. Like, that guy just seems like an idiot to me. Yeah. But, my point is, they play an offense that does not require him to be a stellar quarterback, right? And the Chargers are going into that same offense. But out physical is the short answer.
Big time.
That's right.
Big time.
That's right.
No, their strength is always going to
Yeah.
Oh, I pressed the wrong one. I meant to do this one for Russell Wilson.
That's a good one too. He don't got no blue chews, dude. He needs those blue chews in there.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean?
Yep.
Blue chews, baby.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's a good one for the blue chew. Whenever that comes up,
I was looking for that one. Yeah, that's good.
What's up, Jim? How you doing? Yeah.
All right.
And
so
James, I know you got Ayuk here too, as well.
Ayuk. We've been chatting about it in the chat here, and it would be wishful thinking, but once again, A lot of people are
trying to give him a high five there.
You give him a high five there. Boo, yeah. And the thing is, though, a lot of people are talking about the Ayuk situation. It sounds like they don't want to let him go there. Obviously, he's a very, very good wide receiver. I used to watch this guy a lot at USC or ASU.
Yeah.
And he was solid. And that's when he was with, oh my God, Jalen. Who's the quarterback for the Commanders now?
Yeah. He's like 100. No, it's
whatever his name
is. They don't. Yeah, he's the third pick of the draft, or third pick.
Yeah.
Third
so
pick.
He was there playing with him, and he played really well with him. I mean, Ayuk was an absolute stud, and when the Niners got him, I think it was in the second round, I believe. Great pickup for him, but he's asking for a lot of money. I mean, going back to the whole conversation that the NFL, they're going to pay this dude a lot. Jalen Daniels, there you go.
There it is.
And there's going to be a lot of teams that might not want to pay this dude a lot of money, and who knows? I mean, I think they'll find some sort of agreement. Maybe they'll just play through the season. Maybe they'll end up trying to give him a little bit of a pay bump, kind of like what they did with Austin Eckler, and give him extra bonus money or something. But who knows where it's going to go with that one? Could he get traded? Could he get cut? Probably cut is not going to happen. A trade possibly could happen. So,
hey, Carlos, we need to get you a new photo for your profile there. That's you got Brandon Staley right there. With Herbert, you got to switch it up. You need Harbaugh in his khakis in that photo right there too.
Oh yeah. With his tucked in hoodie. Yeah,
tucked in hoodie, dude.
And by the way, if the Niners did cut Ayuk, it saves them like $14 million too. So
are you serious?
There you go.
Yeah,
that's
another thing that you got to keep an eye on too with that. So. Cha-ching.
Boom. I like gold.
I like gold.
I'm liking these sound effects, man. This is good.
Yeah, we're a AM or we're like an FM morning show here. Yeah, exactly. There it is. Exactly. That's exactly it.
We are.
Jeez.
Oh, the Bolt Bros in the morning.
Bolt Bros.
Hey,
you need the Bolt Bros to wake you up in the morning.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm trying to find that one Brandon Staley quote too. But yeah, let's go on to the next one. Here we go. This guy, by the way, dude, this guy right here, dude.
Darren Waller.
Waller.
What's interesting about them, the Giants are basically giving him like all the time in the world to talk about if he wants to retire, if he wants to move on from his career, if he wants to play. They still to this day are like, hey, we're giving him as much time as he's possibly can. Obviously, he's going through a divorce and everything too. And I told a little bit before we went on the show, he even made a music video about breaking up with his wife, and it was just so weird. I mean, this guy all of a sudden became a musician. It was really strange. But the thing about it is there's no guarantee about him like staying with the Giants. I mean, personally, in my opinion, I would try to get away from the Giants. I think that's a dumpster fire team.
Yeah.
So, but basically, he's got no guarantee money left on his contract. Giants would clear about $11.6 million by making him a post-June 1st cut. So now, where's the connection with our team? Well, he was a Ravens 7th round pick years ago, and that's when he ended up kind of having his issue with alcoholism and everything too. And then he ended up having a revival of his career later on with the Raiders and such too. So we'll see where he ends up going from there. But that would be kind of interesting. Adding another tight end? What if you end up bringing him back? I mean, Joe Ortiz was there when they did draft Darren Waller. So another Raven pickup, ex-Raven type pickup. Who knows? So where we go with that?
Yeah, I like that. I mean, but again, what I would say though, I would rather go after some of the UFL tight ends. I could do a video on that as well too, man. There's some dope UFL tight ends right now.
That actually might be the move too, because of the whole new special teams setups and stuff like that. Like they would be able to kind of explain how things work a little bit more to like our, and like can kind of just like talk about it and work with the other players and be like, hey, yeah, like this is what's best about this.
I like that. Yeah, well said.
Yeah, definitely LOD. That really wasn't anything fancy as a music video. It was so weird. I was like, all right, whatever, man. Whatever that was about. I don't even get it.
He probably should have just used AI to make that song and then just call it good, Yeah.
I know, no joke, right? Yeah, good old Ron Tabasco here.
Aether's over here trying to tell me I'm wrong. Nobody listens to me. Telesco will not be fired. Telesco
will not be fired wrong.
The Spanoses will give up power. Oh, meaning as in like wrong. No, I thought Telesco was going to get fired. This is like, hey, that thing's been such a long running situation with Telesco. You've gone through 3 head coaches. You're going to go with Brandon Staley, guaranteed, which is exactly what happened. Spanos was not give up power. Okay, I think that left now all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Hey man, hey,
there you go.
We're trying to translate his thing in our brain here. Like,
the Spanos will not give up power. Wrong. Chargers. Hey, we didn't know if they were or not, and it's still at this point like Harbaugh is pretty much running the show. But maybe it's been that way with all the other head coaches, which has become kind of a mess all around.
Yeah,
hands off. And once again, now you take that thing away again. Hey, come on. There's one last little bit. I'm trying to get his last point. Chargers will open week 1 versus the Chief. Yeah, I was wrong on that. Okay. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. And Telesco is definitely going to get cut after this season. There's no way they're going to go 4 coaches with the same GM. No way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Larry brings a good point about Minter's defense. I think he'll do a good job.
Yeah.
And he's going to keep it simple, right? Let them play free. This guy's good too. You want to talk about him?
Right. Marshawn Lattimore. That's kind of a guy. It's an interesting one. Back in 2021, they gave Lattimore a 5-year, $97 million extension. I mean, this guy had a lot of restructures to his contract because the Saints were in cap situation multiple times, multiple years ahead. They already reworked the contract 3 times to create additional cap spaces. So, however, they head in 2024, the latest restructuring of his deal may allow for Lattimore to be traded ahead of the season. So, essentially, instead of converting Lattimore's 2024 salary into a signing bonus, the Saints turn the salary into an option bonus. So, the money still prorates on the cap, but basically, the option bonus will transfer to Lattimore's next team if he's traded. So, they can push it around. So, currently, his guaranteed option bonus is $13.79 million. And must be exercised in week 1 of the season. So that's a fair amount of chunk of change, but at the same side, that's where it's at. I do kind of feel we need to find a way to be able to get another cornerback on this team, another vet kind of guy, a guy that we could really add a little bit more juice to this offense.
Yeah. And I think again,
defense, excuse me.
I was gonna say, I was like, pretty sure he's a defensive player. Yeah, but again, I do think that the cornerback room is going to be the room that needs a little bit of work, right? But to your point, if we got a good edge rush and good pass rush, it don't matter that much anymore, right?
Yep.
And ASJ's look pretty good. Again, he's a little smaller, he's undersized, right? I think that's the concern that we have with him, is that he's a little undersized, but we'll see how it plays out, right? We'll see how it plays out for sure.
But you kind of just look at like Christian Fulton being the other guy in the opposite, who's had some issues with being healthy and everything too. That's where the whole Ben Herbert type situation is really kind of the whole key to this whole team. Our issue has been stay healthy all around. And as long as we could go out there and make sure these guys are going to be as tip-top shape, they're going to be able to be a bend, don't break type team. The sky's the limit for this team. Now, we did also have one other player that we wanted to chat about here, too. Once again, pulling out from the crates of the Ravens, right?
The crates.
Pulling out the crates here. So, Judon, if you think about Judon, I loved him with the Ravens. I mean, he was an absolute menace as a player. And it sounds a lot like that the Patriots might move on from him. I mean, he's a little bit older. I think he'll be 31 or 32 going into the season. Yeah. But this guy's a menace, and I loved watching him on the Ravens, and I guarantee that if he is in the open market, he might be one of those guys that would try to find another way. Now, do we need to add more to the edge? Not necessarily, but, look, I think you just want to add more talent, right? Add more depth, add more guys that could just make sure those cornerbacks look better with having just a crazy, a rush ability on our defense. Yes. Get after the quarterback, right? I mean, I think, to be honest, Judon, you could probably flex him a little bit in the inside too. Yeah. Kind of what they did with Thule a bit. And even Joey Bosa, they did that too against the Steelers, I believe, a couple of years ago, where he ended up getting like 2 sacks back-to-back playing kind of more at the nose.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, again, you can move them around, right? And
easily.
Aboybe is also an edge rusher as well, too, right? So I think they're going to move people in around the line a lot. I think it's going to be very interchangeable.
I love it. And Jesse Minter's defensive scheme is going to be awesome. Like, I'm looking forward to that. Watching some of the Michigan highlights and the way that he has like calls, I mean, and how he basically makes that D line being very, very active. It's going to be awesome, man. Trumpet man, dude. Hey, Tony, man, I've been talking about. I was just thinking about you the other day, man.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, dude?
We need to get you back on our show one of these days.
Yeah, he's inviting us to his home in Texas to start shooting up some pigs.
Oh, pig? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, Trumpet man. Hey, we got to do that with the old man. Bolt Dad would love that, dude. He'd be down with that. So let's talk about that, Trumpet man, for sure.
Dude, that'd be great. I was stuck in Dallas because of that weather that happened. Coming back from my vacation, dude, it was hectic, dude. It was terrible.
Texas. Oh yeah, so he moved from San Diego out there to Texas, huh? Man, that'd be fun. Do you shoot them piggies in a helicopter too, or? Yeah,
that's great. A helicopter.
Hey, wild pig tastes great though, too, guys.
It does. It's so good.
Throw out the last slide there, James.
Yep.
I put it in there. And this is like the frustration I have with Brandon Staley.
Hold on one second here. Let me just do a reset of it.
That's just okay. Where he's at? That's just southwest of San Antonio.
Carl, what's up, dude? How them ribs looking today? Carl, what's up?
Oh,
all right, so Carl. So by the way, this is my extreme frustration with Brandon Staley, but it perfectly exemplifies his buffoonery as a head coach, right?
Oh, there, you found it. Okay.
Yeah. Read. Oh, you're working it. Okay. So this is a great example of a coach not saying anything. Anything. There is no rhyme or reason to what he said. And there's a little bit further on information. You take a deep look at all of it. Okay, all of what?
Yeah.
What, being a head coach for the Chargers, screwing up, losing games, the way you coach Justin Herbert, the way you coach the defense. What is it, right?
Yeah.
So this entire quote is off the word it, which you don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Then you have to unpack it the right way. What the hell does that mean?
Yeah, what does that even mean? Yeah.
Unpack what the right way? We don't even know what it is.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Then you have to take time to do that, which I did.
Do what?
Exactly. Like, he says nothing.
Yeah.
But the weird thing is Dan Morgan loves typifies. but here's my point. This is if you're a player, you want concrete information. Make it very simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If he's communicating this way about him being a head coach, how is he actually communicating to the players? Yep. Remember when we interviewed Asante Samuel last year, guys? Remember what he said? He said that, our coaches give us a lot of information. But I think this is a great example of how the information he gives them is just general. It's not real life information, right? So again, that's why he struggled so bad. I'm really curious to see if he ever gets a shot at being a head coach again. I would assume probably not, but
not for a while.
You never know.
Yeah,
you know. So the one thing is, Kyle Shanahan, in my opinion, if you're going to go into this year again, have a very successful season, and then have not win a Super Bowl of some sort, like, would you consider that Brandon Staley kind of being there in some sort of like assistant head coach type, hybrid type role of some sort? Would they put him as like that guy? Like, I don't know where you could take that. Like, and I don't know if Brandon Staley would end up being that guy. But at the same side, he's there as an assistant head coach. So naturally that would be the progression if Kyle Shanahan gets let go. Now, I don't think it's like a mid-season situation if Kyle Shanahan gets let go, but he hasn't got the job done so far. He's been known as an offensive coordinator genius, which, I mean, you go back to multiple Super Bowls he's been at, he still hasn't been able to win one, even as an offensive coordinator with the Falcons. So, I don't know, man. I mean,
I think the reason why I wanted to show that was, I'm just saying that's what we had as a communicator
Yep.
What we have now, our staff is very, very simplistic. They're keeping it very simple for the players, and they're being very direct about what they want.
Yep.
I felt like Brandon Staley, the way he communicated was always very flowery. There was never really any, again, you're assuming what he's even saying in his quote.
Yep.
What is all of it? We still don't even know what it is. Are you talking about it being a head coach? Are you talking about being the defensive coordinator? Are you talking about being, I mean, I'm assuming that's what it is, but we don't know.
I guess my guess is taking a look at his mistakes, I guess, you know? Yeah. I mean, that's what a sane person would be doing.
But see, that's my point, right? Like
Brendan
we're
Staley
assuming what he's saying.
Sane. Yeah.
He's not saying that though. That's my point.
Yeah, he's not saying anything. But basically a sane person would be looking at his mistakes and doing what he's, I guess, examining all that stuff.
Needs to improve.
But after 3 years, he did not do that once. So he didn't do anything, basically. He probably just went home, smoked a bowl and just whatever, and just just thought that he was the greatest person alive.
Exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, he acted like the smartest guy in the room all the time, right?
Yeah.
So I guess this is the difference. Harbaugh is never going to be that guy saying, I'm the smartest guy in the room.
Never.
I'm here to work with my guys. I'm a player coach, but I'm also going to ask the best out of you. And I'm going to be very specific and very direct about what I want from you. And Matt Money Smith brought up a good point. He was coaching up our 4-string quarterback from Augustina. I'm drawing a blank on his name all of a sudden. Undrafted free agent. What's his name? Anyways, but he was coaching him up for 2 minutes, and the guy probably is not going to make the squad. But at the end of the day, you're like, dude, he's still taking time to try to get him to be better. Yep. You're here to learn from me. I'm going to coach you up. So, anyways.
Even going back to the Greg Roman, mic'd up video, there was a point where one of the other coaches came up to Greg Roman and say, hey, look, is this what you were trying to do with this guy? And is this guy in the right place? Is this what you want with your offense? Like, he was communicating with him on players that he's coaching up.
Yep.
And making sure they're in the right place that Greg Roman could succeed. And I feel like I never really saw something like that. Now, once again, I have such a far scope of watching what's going on over there on the field or anything, but the communication between coaches and where the players are supposed to be for design plays is great. Like, you got to know that this is a very experienced coaching staff, in my opinion. Like, you're going to have guys that understand how to succeed. You're going to have guys that are going to want to make sure they're, put in the right position to make sure this team works all around and have full success all around with this team. So it's great to see that. And this is, once again, bros, this is like such a great new era for the Chargers. Like, this is such an awesome new era for the Chargers. And once again, I have my reluctant side of me because I've been burned for decades about what the Chargers are all about.
Charger fans feel a lot of trauma.
Yes, we've gone through a lot, man. Like, and it's anybody to come in there and say, look, confidently, I'm going to make sure that we're going to win a Super Bowl in the next 2 years. Cool. Like, I could say that, but like confidently, like, I'll believe it when I see it, guys. Like, that's really what it is at this point. But like, that sounds kind of terrible for me. Cause I mean, once again, everybody's all hyped and excited right now, but once again, I want to see this team out there, and I feel this is the best chance that we're going to have as a team to be able to be in a successful era of Charger football. It's for sure. I'm feeling confident in that side. Now, I just need to see it to believe it, basically, kind of thing.
Yep. Well, and again, it's all about production, right?
Big time.
And I really think, again, we're in OTAs. It's the underwear Olympics out there right now, and I think moving forward, it's going to get tougher and tougher. And these workouts are going to get rough. Like, these guys are going to be eventually hitting, and they're going to want to start seeing people actually play, right?
Yep.
You need to show me how you're going to play in game time, and I think a lot of people are going to be like, oh, geez, like, why would you want to do that? I'm getting paid $10 million this year, and you don't want to get me hurt or whatever. And look, at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? So, they're going to push these guys a lot, right? So this is just baby steps, but moving forward, it's going to be crazy. So, yep.
And by the way, I think I saw Marcus Ponte, I think, is a new subscriber with us. So, man, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And I do also want to give a shout out to all our subscribers, by the way.
Yeah.
We finally got over 5,000 subs on this
let's
channel,
go.
guys. So, thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank
You know what's crazy about that? And I was just telling this to Kyle, and I don't know if you saw this, James, but take a guess on how many actual views we've actually had with this channel.
Oh my God.
1.9 million views.
Dang.
So we have 5,000 subs. And it's crazy to me because you just have to, that's just how YouTube is. YouTube is very it's crazy, man. So anyways.
So
there's a lot to say about that.
There's a lot of haters in the chat. I think that's
no. I'm just saying nobody hit that subscribe button. That's what I'm saying. Hit that subscribe button.
I think there's just a lot of like people they just show up and then they just see like all right whatever they be hating. There's people. They're a bunch of Raiders fans. That's what it is. Like
that could be true too.
Yeah, like they gotta pay attention to the Bolt Bros because we know what we're saying.
Man, Raiders fans are a trip, dude. They're
trolling, dude.
That's right.
Man, the Raiders fans. Oh man, week 1, boys. Week 1 against the Raiders. Oh God.
Yeah.
Let's go back in the building, dude. And you got ex-Charger players over there, dude. And got all those annoying Raider fans, dude. Oh, it's gonna be great.
Man, that Mexican what's that guy's name? Colonel Sanders from KFC. He's all upset at me, dude. The Raider fan.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that Raider fan. They got he followed me to the bathroom. I was like, "What's going on here? Dude? Oh, what you doing?"
That's right.
I was like, "Yo, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, I like your chicken, but you're rooting for the wrong team, dude. You know."
That coleslaw slaps, dude. I'm all about that coleslaw.
I'm about that mac and cheese, baby. I'm good. I'm good with that, dude.
Hey, man,
coleslaw slaps. I was like, hey man, go fry me up some chicken, dude. Shut up, get out my face, dude. Come on now,
bro.
Yeah. Dude, man, I should have taken a photo with him, dude.
He probably spit on it too, man. Yeah,
he probably would,
dude. Daryl, man. The whole thing though. Like these Raider fans are just chirping about that.
Big time, dude.
21 whatever win. Hey, dude, look, I've looked at it like this. You could win a game by 1 point. You could lose a game by 1 point. You could lose a game by 40, or you could lose a game by, whatever. Small, or you could win a game by 40. In the end, it's still a W and an L for either or. Who cares? Like, who cares? Move on. Stop looking in the past. If you want to start looking in the past, dude, you guys haven't done Jack Raiders since 2002, basically. Who cares? Like, win a playoff game, guys. Like, we've done way more than you in the last 23 years than you've done. I'm good with it.
Dude, Raider fans. You sound like Vin Diesel, dude. You can win by inch or a mile. Doesn't matter, dude.
That's right, baby. Fast and Furious. Let's go.
Size does matter, folks. Size does matter. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Oh my god. Well, maybe on that awkward note, how about that?
We wrap this thing up, dude.
Let's wrap it. The wheels are falling off the track, guys.
Speaking of Vin Diesel,
family.
Yeah, family.
What
was that?
It needs to be a longer quote. I need to find a better one.
Family.
All right. Well, I'll start off, dude. Hey, look, I'll just say this. There's a new sheriff in town. His name's Jim Harbaugh, dude. And I'll tell you right now, man, like he's changing the culture. I like what I'm hearing, like what I'm seeing. I think his team's going to be extremely unique and unusual. I'm excited, dude. And I truly believe that there's going to be – they're focusing on getting the best out of everyone that's on the field, period, right? You can't have everybody that you want, right? But they're going to do the best with what they have on the field. And there's some adults in the room now. You don't have Brandon Staley, who was, quite frankly, over his skis, right? He did not know what he was doing, and I don't know. I just don't see it. I don't see it. So Harbaugh is going to get this team right. I'm excited with this, the coaching staff we have around. I mean, I think it's going to be great. So that's my final thoughts.
No doubt.
Yeah.
And I mean, my final thoughts here too is
we got Breeze B giving us a
Breeze B, man. Thank you so much, man.
Hey.
Thank
so
you.
let's actually do this question real quick before I go on my last thoughts.
Yeah.
So can you see the Chargers building the team from the inside out, prioritizing high-end IDI over pass rushers like in Michigan? Could this be a trend? You know what?
I could see it.
Absolutely. I mean, I think this team has been gutted inside and out. I'll say organization-wise has been gutted inside out. I think there's a total different culture all around for this team, and how it's going to be created a whole new environment for everybody. I remember Brandon Staley talking a lot about trying to create a good environment, change the culture of this team.
Yep.
And that just never went to the culture that was a positive culture at all. So yeah, right now they've already, I think, gutted the organization essentially. And I think with the new headquarters, new facility, that's kind of like new era feel involved in this. So yeah, I'm inside defensive linemen over pass rushers. I kind of hoped that they were going to get a couple guys for the inside pass rushers from Michigan, but that didn't end up happening. But
didn't work out. Yeah.
Junior Colson, there's a lot of chirping about that guy. And I think that the linebacker is going to be the bigger part at this point. And when we have such a good setup of edge guys right now, I mean, we got a lot of edge people to work with. And I think might even move some of those guys in the middle too in packages.
Oh yeah. They're going to move people around. Yeah, no, and thank you so much for the donation as well, too.
You.
Ethan, we're still waiting for that $200. Oh, you said $400. I'm excited about that.
Yeah, it doubled up, dude.
That'd be great. That'd be a nice super chat. I like that. Yeah, adults in the room, dude. Adults in the room. All right, so James, give us your thoughts. Give us your final thoughts. And thanks again, Breeze. Appreciate it.
Thank you. And once again, though, it kind of was very timely that question came in and that donation came in. Guys, we're just stoked that we're doing this with you guys. It gives us an outlet to be able to chat a little bit more about the Chargers. We love doing this channel to be able to engage you guys. And, I'm looking forward to the season because I think it's really fun when we're at games.
Yeah.
And people say what's up to us. And chat football. We all have a common thing here, guys. And we do it for you guys. And we love to be able to engage you guys all around. My wife doesn't want to talk about football. She could care less about this at all. But my brother's here. I mean, we talk football all the time for decades, it seems like. And so it gives us a great time to be able to chat and engage everybody else and kind of be a part of the community too. So, I mean, we appreciate you guys and we appreciate having 5,000 subs now and appreciate it, guys, once again.
Yeah. And I was just going to say too, so man, that's just the thing too. This Chargers community is so great. But it's not really just a community. We're not just friends.
I got family.
We got family. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, that's
right. More Ben Diesel coming at you.
That's right.
We ain't just a community of Chargers fans. We a family. You know what I'm saying? So
family.
Yeah, family. Yeah,
that's right. That's right.
But it's great because Carl was in the chat. He represents the IE diehards. And he has an awesome, event coming up not this weekend, obviously next weekend. Actually, I think starts Thursday, goes on till Sunday. They got a group camp out site, and so if you guys are trying to go do some camp out and you're gonna drink some beers, have some barbecue from him. He cooks amazing barbecue. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it this time. Unfortunately, it fell on a date that I'm gonna be out of town. But it's that's kind of why we got into this too, is because we wanted to be more involved in the community and we want to know more about what's going on. Because look, man, we're all spread out and stuff like that. And so I'm trying to bring us all together, to have a good time together and at the Thunder Rally, like James is saying, come up and say hello, So, but I mean, this season's gonna be good. How good is it gonna be? Well, we just gonna have to see. That rhymes, and I didn't even mean to do it. So
we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt.
Well, guys, we go live every week, and we'll be doing sports videos. But yeah, I think this roster is still not built out completely, man. I think it's going to be happening. So there's going to be more pickups, and we're going to be good. So it looks like Bogart Regional Park on the 7th and 9th.
7th to the 9th. Yep.
Very cool.
I'll actually be in Orlando at that time. So it's exciting. It's exciting.
Very exciting.
All right, guys.
Charge!
There you go.
Yeah.
All righty, guys. Well, we're the Bolt Bros. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Bolt Bros.
Bolt Bros.
Let's go.